Hi, Ngina.
Hi, wow, it's Rocky Properties.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante. We love the trees, eh? You know us in Kajiado, tunakula vumbi sana.
I know, but the trees really make it chilly.
Yes.
But we are grateful. Karibu sana.
Okay, asante. Hello everyone, karibuni back to our channel. Nakwambia watu, please, like, subscribe, share. Hizi mastori tunasema hapa are so important. So today we are welcoming you back to another edition of Shamba Stories. But before we introduce our very special guest today, I wanted to say this. Because at Roaki, we want to sensitize Kenyans about the importance of having proper documentation to your property. You could have identified a property, you paid your first, second, and even last deposit, but after you finished, you're not like in a hurry to get the transfer done to your name, to get the map. These things are so important, and we have seen them in our line of work. We are land surveyors in real estate, so I'm telling you what we encounter. You find this is your property, hata umejenga nyumba, but you don't have the documentation. Please be in the habit of completing. Don't get lazy about it. Okay, now today we are happy to have our guest here, and I will let her introduce herself, then we can get into the Shamba Stories. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Tell us your name, maybe what you do. Yes.
Let me start off by saying thank you for having me. My name is Jacinta Nginambari.
Okay.
I am a farmer.
Karibu Jacinta.
Thank you. I have 4 children, married to 1 man.
Okay. Yes. So tell us, Jacinta. We are here to talk about these Shamba Stories, really to just help Kenyans learn what it takes to maybe acquire a property, how the process has been for you.
Okay.
So tell us about this particular property that you're talking about today. Was it like your first, and what motivated you to invest?
Okay. This property that we are speaking about today was our second property.
Okay.
And what motivated us was we wanted a home of our own. We'd been renting for about 5 years, and our family was growing. By then we just had baby number 2. And our landlord decided to increase the rent by about 7,000. And we were like, no, this is just going to keep happening, so we better just move into a house, more space, even for the babies to play, for our family to grow. Yeah, so I would say that's what motivated us with this particular property.
Okay. So how did you... It's true, what you're saying is true. It happens in the course of life as you're going. You get to somewhere and you're like, you know what, we need our own space. And even in Kenya, even if it's not your home you're building, there's just this, what can I say? This msemo, like, mtu ni shamba. I don't know, you know it.
Yes.
There's always
true.
that motivation to invest in property. Okay, so after you got to that point to say that now we need to, how did you go about, we need to have a place of our own. How did you start looking for a space?
The general considerations were my workplace, proximity to my workplace, proximity to my husband's workplace, and also proximity to our daughters, our firstborn. She was in school then. She just started school. Proximity to her school as well. So we were looking for just areas, a place that was close to work and school. And of course price. Yes, I would say that was it.
So now this is what I want to get. Like so now all those factors are important when you're looking. How did you set about to know that there's a place that is being sold? Like, did you get maybe a broker to start looking around for you? Did you, I don't know, when are we talking back when there were WhatsApp groups?
No, No, actually, no. I don't remember WhatsApp being there those days. We're
Yes.
talking about maybe it had just started, it just hadn't hit us. We're talking about 2009, 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
So what we did was ask around. Just
Okay.
tell like family members, friends,
Yes.
you know what, we are looking for a place of our own. In this area, we are looking for, we've identified this area would be good.
Yes.
So if you hear of anything, please let us know.
Okay.
Yeah, so we didn't go per se like look for a broker, no.
Okay. So word of mouth from
Yeah.
close family
Yes,
and
and
friends.
friends, yes.
Yeah. So tell us now, once the word went out, okay, how did you now get to know that this particular property was on sale?
So my mom is the one who actually came and told me, no, a friend of mine is in this area. It's up and coming. She got land for this amount of money,
An attractive amount
and
of money.
a very attractive amount of money. It was like, we were like, wow, it was really good. And she's actually constructed her house and she's living there with her family. So I think it's potentially good. We should go have a look, see what you guys think. And that's exactly what we did. We went, visited the friend, saw her house, so even the neighboring houses, there were other people who'd already constructed houses. And we were excited, we were happy.
Yes.
We were like, yeah, this is it.
So did the friend now refer you to the person who sold to her the property?
Yes, that's exactly what happened. The friend referred us, told us where the offices were, someplace along Jogo Road. And we started the process.
So this particular land buying company even had an office, like an office address,
Yes.
like where you walk in and we are here.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So we went, spoke to it was a self-help group. It was a whole office setup, secretary, everything. The chairman would be there on particular days. So we chose a day, had a meeting with the chairman. And he had this map on the table. So
Yes.
he shows you, these are the plots that have gone. Yeah, then pick what you'd like. And I think a plot was 40 by 80.
Yeah, 40 by 80.
So you were like, 40 by 80, price is good. We can do about 4 that are together.
Yes.
And, we'd have a good amount of compound, construct a sizable house, Yeah, so that's what we did. We picked out the plots that we liked, that were all together, and came up with a payment plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now this is where I want to also get the story. Once you go to the office, and it's a good office, and everything is there. There's nothing that can make you think, these people they could be selling something that is not good. It's not legit.
Yeah.
So once you pick the property, did they go and show you on the ground? Did they go and show you on the ground? Or how do you? I'm trying to get this. There's a map and
Yes.
there's ground location. Like on the ground, you had already gone to visit your mom's friend.
Yes.
So you knew where you wanted your home to be.
Yes.
Or that's what you relayed in the office.
No. We when we visited, we didn't per se like pick out this is where we want, because we didn't know what has been sold,
Yes, by the
what
way,
is
yes.
available. Yeah, so when we went to the office, he just showed us like, these are the plots. This is what you can get that are all together.
Yes.
And we picked a day. They took us to the site, to the ground, and they showed us, so this is your plot number. I don't remember the numbers. So this. Yeah, they're together. Yeah.
Okay. Did you, after going to the office, being satisfied, being taken to the ground, picking the plots and saying, okay, the place you're showing us is good, you're okay with it, did you after that now do due diligence on the property that you are being shown? Like, did they give you maybe a copy of title for you to go and do search? Did you like involve a surveyor? What did you do between being shown, loving everything, and saying we are putting down our money?
Unfortunately, I don't know if we were very young or we were naive. We just trusted my mom's friend. I mean,
Yes.
she's even constructed her house there. She's living there with her kids, you know. So in the office, I think what we were shown was what they call a mother title,
Okay.
in the name of the self-help group.
Yes.
I remember I think it was maybe like 100 acres. I don't remember exactly what the size was. So they were like, once you pay, we are in the process of, you know, not subdividing because they'd already done the subdivisions. We will now transfer. We'll get the smaller titles. I don't know what terms
It's
you
actually
use.
subdividing, because in subdivision there's demarcation. On the ground they had done the demarcation, so they were to do the subdivision process, the titling process on paper now.
Yeah, so that's what they said they were going to do.
Yes.
Then we'd get the titles in our names because the mother title is in their name. So that is what we saw.
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes, we did not involve a surveyor. We did not do any such. Yes, we just trusted.
Yes.
I mean, it's okay because we could see other people living on the same land with their families. So, and we were assured, the chairman in the office, he was an old guy, respectable, you know, like your dad or something. So, you know, you're going like,
There's no way.
there's no way, and there are people living there. And so we just went on his word.
Okay. Would you happen to know how long your mother's friend had lived there?
I wouldn't know. I don't recall. But I got the feeling she hadn't been there for very long. Yeah.
Okay, so now you've decided this is it. This is it. So you've even now started paying.
Yes.
So you did a payment plan and completed?
I think we did a payment. I don't remember the price, but I think we did a payment plan of 3 months. So in 3 months we were done. And very quickly, because we wanted to move out of the rental, we started construction. Got an architect, got a plan, you know, started construction. But I remember at the point of trying to get what is it called, approval for the plan.
Okay.
There were some hitches, you know, maybe that should have been the first red flag. I don't know, but there were issues like we are not issuing permits for this particular piece of land for people constructing here. Yeah, but of course, Kenya being Kenya, you're told, no, it's okay, you know, because you go back to the chairman, no, we are unable to get a permit for construction. Oh, these people, you just go ahead, we'll sort this out. Watu wanasumbua too, you know, and I mean, it happens everywhere.
So eventually you got a permit?
We continued, yeah. Eventually we got a permit and we continued.
Through the chairman's help?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we were able to get a permit and we continued with construction. So, yeah, we constructed, and September of 2011, we moved in.
Oh, you moved in. Wow.
Yes.
You finished and moved in.
Yes.
Okay. Electricity and everything.
Electricity, everything, apart from water. Water was an issue, but electricity, yes, we had electricity.
So tell us now. You've moved in. I mean, it's a new house. Of course, it's very exciting.
Oh yes, we're very
You feel the relief.
excited.
You know that relief
Yes.
of kwani kwa kwangu.
Yes, no more rent.
It's
no
every
more.
Kenyan's dream.
Oh yes.
Yes.
We've moved in. We are settling in, getting to know our neighbors, introducing our daughters to, you know, a new environment. It was nice. It had its challenges, especially the water bit, but it was very exciting.
Yes.
It was very nice.
Okay.
Then, like a month in, you know, we start hearing the neighboring chunk. So there was our. I think there were 3 sections. There was our section. Then there was a neighboring section that I think was called Ungani. Then there was another one. I don't remember the name. So you start hearing Ungani, or the Arangos. Apparently they are being told to vacate. The land is not it's not theirs. There's something. There's a case ongoing. So we would ask the chairman, you know, what's this we're hearing?
Yes.
And they're like, no, you know, that's a whole different story. So we are not in that group.
Do you remember the map you saw in the office? Like I'm saying, the one that the chairman showed. It had the blocks you're talking about, the other blocks. Or how did it relate to you, to where you are?
We were neighbors. Like the land was, how do I say it? Bordering. Or
and you're being okay, because usually when you move in here, there's that the people there will know. Okay, so they'll tell you, okay, sit kwa hii block, then the other ones are in that block. Okay.
Yes, so that was the case. So you start hearing Ungani, they have a case. And by the way, let me mention, Ungani had titles.
They had title deeds.
They had title deeds in their names.
Yes.
Unlike us who were yet to go through the whole subdivision process. So they had titles.
But this Ungani was still also, I mean, they had bought land through this self-help group.
No, their self-help group was called Ungani.
Okay.
Ours was called Jumbo.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there was another one, I don't recall that. And there were 3 on that block of land. And so you just go on with life. Like, okay, fine. These things happen. They'll sort it out.
This is 1 month after you're already living in.
Yeah, we're already living in our house. So that was around October. Then I remember in November, I just come back from work in the afternoon. It was a Saturday in the afternoon, and my caretaker saw me driving in, and he comes running like, hey, Mama Daniela, hey, kumekuwa kubaya. I was like, what? They are demolishing houses in Ungani.
Yeah.
But lakini wanasema huku kwetu hawatafika. Hiyo ni mambo ya Ungani.
Yes.
And I remember as I was driving, because to get to our place, you drive past Ungani, then now come get to our place. I remember seeing so many cars parked, the excavators and the, what are they called? The demolishing machines. Those ones.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking someone was breaking ground to start construction, you know. And it was just shocking to find out that they had actually come to start demolishing people's houses in Ungani. And called chairman, you're now frantic. Hey, what is this that's happening? And then it's a Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
There is not much you can do, but just call.
Yes.
So, what is this I'm hearing? You get the same reassurance. Oh, it's just those guys, they've been in this wrangle for a while now. And I remember walking to my neighbor's house, and they're like, they'd been there for a while. They'd been there maybe nearly 6 months. And they were like, yeah, we've heard, but no, they're not coming to our side.
Because they had also called the chairman.
Yes.
The chairman also reassuring them.
Yes. That everything is fine. This is, our neighbor's thing, and they've had an issue, and we're not affected. So we just sad. But of course, there are those, you're feeling, there's that feeling of uneasiness. And then again, my caretaker comes running. He's like, oh, Mama Daniela ni kubaya. They are coming. They're saying they're demolishing this whole place tonight.
The 3 blocks.
The 3 blocks.
Yes.
All of you have to go. Apparently, you're on government land. This is KAA land. You're too close to the airport. You're not supposed to be here. And Rosa, I can't tell you the confusion.
Yes.
The shock. It was just crazy. And I remember my husband was not around. No, he's just calling friends, this is what is happening. I remember one of his colleagues was also living in Syokimau. We haven't mentioned where we were.
Yeah.
This is Syokimau, down there close to Katani, bordering Katani. And so they were living in Syokimau also, but closer to Mombasa Road. Actually, a lot closer to Mombasa Road. So I remember calling him. like, this is what is happening. And it's in the evening. I mean, I came
This
home.
is the same Saturday evening.
Same Saturday.
After,
I came home in the afternoon, like at 2.
Yeah.
So you can imagine we are now at like 7 p.m. and you're calling people and you're telling them, you know what? We are being kicked out.
Yes.
Like, we are being told our house is going down. We're on government land. I'm here with the children. I'm alone. I don't know what to do. Luckily, of course, my family, my friends, people came. And an auntie of mine also happened to be a neighbor of this colleague of my husband's. So they came. I don't know how people organized. There was a truck.
So at this point, you have accepted to believe what the caretaker is saying.
Yes, because you're being told, like, yes, houses, kuja uone, like you've gone outside, you can see your neighbor's house, right? Like, is going down.
Yeah. And at this point, is the chairman picking any calls and telling you the same story of no, it's not affecting you? Chairman
has disappeared. I remember that guy, my neighbor, the one I told you I went to, was very close to the chairman. He was called. He's not even picking up calls. We can't reach any of the officials of the self-help group. Seems like we are alone. There's nothing, this thing seems to be happening and it's happening. And
So reality, it is start packing.
Yes. Because actually the guys who were caught unawares in the afternoon, the houses were demolished with their stuff inside the house. So you're like, okay, this is happening, so let's try and salvage what we can. So guys came, someone came with a truck, and we loaded things. Like, these ones are going to so and so's house, these ones are going to so and so's house. Like, property was just, our household items were just like subdivided amongst family members, amongst friends, for us to just get out. And we managed to. We went, spent the night at my auntie's. So the caretaker remained on the property. So in the morning we are communicating and he's like, hawakufika huku kwetu, lakini wanakuja. This is Sunday,
yes.
So they're still going, like, systematically from that side, demolishing one by one. So on Sunday, we reassemble their family and friends. So people are there, people are removing grills, they are, people are just trying to help you to salvage something, They are tearing out bathtubs, sinks, kitchen cabinets.
Because, in construction, it's not even the structure, it's the finishing. Those things.
Exactly. People are tearing up. People removed toilets, like, people were so helpful, Yes. The tiling on the roof, like, everything was removed one by one. They were taken to my auntie's place. It was in Syokimau as well. And it was so painful. Eventually they got to our place. I didn't even want to be there
on that Sunday.
And you wherever you were and you're being told, yes, you know what, it's happened. Your house is no more. It's gone. My husband was still there. I remember him calling me, and
he still wasn't
around. No, Sunday night he's calling me. He's like, Nkina, ni ukweli, like really, it's happened. I was like, we're at Monica's place. My aunt is called Monica. At Monica's place, with the kids. It's happened. And I remember he just paused for like a full minute on the phone, like he wasn't saying anything. Like, it was just unbelievable. Yes, that was it. And they continued that whole Sunday, and they demolished. They got huge house. He had a house bigger than this one of my neighbors, and gone.
Yes.
All gone. It was terrible. But huwezi ng'ang'ana na serikali.
That was quite an ordeal.
It was tough.
Pole sana.
Tumepoa. We thank God for, I guess, graces that He gives us to go, pull through such moments. And of course, the support of family, support of friends. I remember like my husband's friends came together, decided, you guys, let's raise rent for these people. They were not expecting to pay rent. Let's raise rent for them for like a year. And people were just doing such, gestures of generosity. And I think
that is like a traumatic
it was
thing
so
to go through.
It was hard. People were coming, let me help you house hunt. What kind of place are you looking for? Let's go. Which area are you looking at? Let's go look for houses. Let's do this, let's do that. So I think that support is what actually got us through.
Yes.
Yeah. So eventually we found a place in Athi River. By then I'd gotten a transfer to Athi River. That's where I was working. So it was really convenient for all of us.
Wow. I'm so sorry for what you guys went through. And as you're saying, God's graces. Wow. Now, this is the part where now I ask you, when you look back, I don't remember whether I asked you, this wasn't your first property?
No, this was not our first property. This was our second property.
Yeah. So your first property, up to today, has no issues?
No.
So did you like, when you look back now to that whole process, and what do you think you can say that you missed now? Because I'm sure you owned property after that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I would say, oh my goodness, so many things. So many things. First of all, getting a surveyor to just even make sure that what you're being told is a 40 by 80 is actually a 40 by 80. Just make sure we've come to learn. I think we were just young. We've come to learn that there's such a thing as, matching what is on the map and what is on the ground. Actually doing a search or getting a surveyor to do a search for you at lands and tell you, like, this property is owned by so and so, so that you're sure.
That part of even getting a surveyor to do a search, you can also, anybody can do, a Kenyan can actually just do their own independent search.
Okay. Yeah, so all those things, you see, we missed all those steps. We went purely by trust,
yes.
Word of mouth. So and so is living there, was
and
referred
like,
by so and so.
Yes.
And even the person who's selling you the land looks so credible.
Yes.
You just come to learn that there's no such thing as a person looking credible. You just have to do everything, even just entering into an agreement. Because I don't remember us doing like a sale agreement.
A sale agreement, yes.
Where you're held by that. And this is how it's going to go. This is how we're going to proceed. All those things are really very important when you're acquiring a property. And moving forward, we've learned those lessons.
Yes. Okay, so Ngina, when I listen to your story, I'm seeing like it was a chain of trust, because it was your mom who recommended, her friend, and it was just a chain of trust. Like,
yeah, that's exactly how it was. And it didn't stop with us. The chain of trust, unfortunately, continued, because there was my brother-in-law who actually also bought 6 plots. Started construction, though for him, he hadn't moved in.
Was it after you guys had bought?
After we had bought.
And because you guys had bought?
And because we had bought and constructed.
Yes.
So he bought 6 plots and started construction. I think my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my husband's uncle, it was a whole chain. Yeah.
Because this thing of trust, I just trust the person who said, it's still there, and we meet it a lot, where you can even recommend to somebody in our line of work. Somebody can ask you, how much do you charge to check out for me this property? Then you give them the charges, then they're like, no, it's okay, because so and so is here and nothing has ever happened. So this thing is still there up to today.
Yeah.
So I heard you mention it was government property, government land. Yeah. So was there any kind of compensation that maybe you pursued with the company, the self-help group?
So we went to the company, and the company advised us to get a lawyer as a group. and we contributed something, each property owner contributed something, and we started the proceedings. Unfortunately, the government is the government. The litigation is still ongoing. There's, it just keeps being pushed. You go, there's some documents missing. The magistrate is on leave. There's always something. So it's still ongoing. But we stay hopeful. What can you do?
And is the company still in existence?
Yes, it still is.
Still selling property?
It still is.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So did you guys maybe... because it really came out that this is government land.
Though the company maintains that it was their land.
That's what I wanted to get, because if it's already come out that it's government land, I was just asking.
That which is why now there's the
ongoing,
whole case ongoing, because the company still maintains that this was our land. They go like, how did KPLC come in bringing electricity into government land? Those are some of their arguments. It's because they say this thing is political, so and so wanted this to do, this is Kenya, to do this and that and that. And they're trying to grab it. And they decided to purport that it is government land while it is not. So, as they say, when two big animals fight, the grass is what gets hurt. So we are the grass, but we are hopeful. We remain hopeful that justice will be served eventually.
Thank you for sharing your story. Now, again, this part I usually say, what can you tell Kenyans? Maybe you can tell them from your experience, even owning property after that. I want you to trust that you've not had any other major issues. No.
Thankfully.
Yes.
No.
Meaning that you learned something going forward. Yeah. Maybe you can just talk to Kenyans and, give them your piece of advice.
I know. I know it's expensive. You engage a surveyor and they tell you this and these charges. You're doing a sale agreement. The lawyer also wants a cut. It comes to a lot. But I would say if it saves you an experience like ours, by all means do it. They say cheap is expensive. In the long run, you're going to save that, but you might. It's not always the case, but you might lose so much more. So do your due diligence, as they call it.
Yes.
Do your search, do a proper agreement. Make sure involve the professionals who know how to do these things, the surveyors, the lawyers. Just do it the right way. When you're comfortable and you've saved a lot of grief, a lot of heartache, a lot of psychological issues later on. Yes.
Thank you. Gina, thank you for inviting us, first of all, to your beautiful home and for sharing your story. The aim for us to do this is to just bring that sensitization to Kenyans. Yes. Yeah. And
it's important.
To bring that, the information that Kenyans need to know in this real estate industry. So we have come to the end of our Shamba Stories edition today. You can comment in the section below what you have learned from today's story. This again, something that we encounter in our line of work, where because you trust the person that has recommended a piece of property, you don't maybe do due diligence, and this is something that we want to just encourage people to just keep doing. Another thing is there's this. Okay, now when I'm talking about these trust issues, there's that, I don't want to say maybe complacency with Kenyans pursuing documents. You feel like it's going to eat a lot of your time, a lot of your money, but it's very, very important and very necessary. Therefore, we trust that you have learned something. Yes, and thank you for tuning in. We want to invite you to visit our platforms to look at the available properties. Our platforms give a chance to the people that are selling land. There's a time you bought land, but now it's your time to sell. So when you come to us, we will check out your property and see that it is clean. We will do our due diligence and then list it for you. For the buyers, when you come onto our platforms, you'll just do a very simple dial a USSD code, input the land code. Each land has its own unique land code. Input a land code and be directly connected to the owner. We are bringing a lot of transparency in this real estate sector. So just go dial a very simple USSD code *483 *2030 hash. Input the unique land code to the property that you like and be directly connected to the owner. Therefore, thank you so much, and until next time, cheers.